Okay, everyone, welcome to Hanoi, Vietnam, my new home. In today's episode, we are going to talk about a lot of different topics and why I have decided and how I made a move from India to Hanoi, Vietnam. First of all, everything you see behind me is Hanoi. This is the area I live in. I am currently on the terrace of my building. It's like a 5-floor building, so this is my view. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. It's really nice and it's very different from India. So yeah, this is my home. There's a bit of construction going on here, so yeah, let's ignore that. Anyways, I want to talk about how and why I moved here in Hanoi. If you guys have been watching my Vietnam series, you know that I came to Vietnam in February, on 12th of February. On 5th of February, I think it was the 6th of February, I was back in India in my hometown called Nasik, and I made the decision to come to Vietnam. And I was planning to travel to 3 different countries. First was Vietnam, second was Indonesia, and third was Thailand. So I was planning to do a trip around these 3 countries. But when I was making the decision to come to Vietnam, there were only like 100 cases of coronavirus all around the world. So I think they were all in China back then, and I had a very big decision to make because of the coronavirus. A lot of people were scared, and I was going on my first international trip during this time. It was so weird to make that decision, and the only thing on my mind when I was making a decision to take this trip to Vietnam, Thailand, and Indonesia was that what's the worst thing that could happen. So, and I was like, shit, let's try it. I just booked my tickets, I got my visa, and in just 4 days I left from India to Vietnam. So I was planning to travel in Vietnam for 2 months and then move on to Thailand and Indonesia. But I got locked down in a city called Da Nang. I stayed in Da Nang during the lockdown for around 45 days, and then I came to Hanoi back again. So during this time, the whole country was on lockdown. I could not leave. There were a few repatriation flights, but they were very expensive. And in that same cost, I could actually live in this country for a few more months, which was more safe. So during this whole pandemic, Vietnam was considered one of the, and it still is one of the safest countries to live in right now. So it was a very obvious choice that I should stay in Vietnam as long as I can. If you guys have seen the last vlog, that vlog was shot in Ho Chi Minh City, which is in South Vietnam. During my stay in Ho Chi Minh City, I decided that I'm just going to live in Vietnam and decided to move to a city called Hanoi, which is the capital city of Vietnam, and it was my favorite city. And I've been to almost all cities in Vietnam. One of them is Hanoi, Hue, I would say Da Nang, Hoi An, and Ho Chi Minh City. I've been to all the popular cities where usually people live, I mean expats. So Hanoi was a very obvious choice because of the lake. I really like the lake here, and it's beautiful, man. It's cheap, it's beautiful. The food is, it takes time to get used to the food here, especially if you are an Indian or someone from Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Sri Lanka. You're going to have a little bit of a problem getting used to the food here in Vietnam because it's very different. Very different. The first thing you will notice is there is a sauce called fish sauce, and it, when I first tasted or smelled that sauce was disgusting. And now, after 6-7 months, I love that sauce. So it takes time to get used to the food here. In the beginning you won't like it, but slowly you will get used to it and you will eventually fall in love with it. Apart from that, okay, let's change the venue. Okay, this is actually the laundry room. Anyways, so the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is how do I earn money here now. So I got a job here. It's the funniest story, and I got a job here of teaching English. So I am teaching English to a bunch of students. I work for 2 or 3 different companies right now, which send me to different schools. So I work in primary schools. I usually have like 30-40 students in class, and I teach them English. So it's like from grade 1 to grade 5. So in India it's called first standard to fifth standard. So basically on 2nd of August I took a flight from Ho Chi Minh City to Hanoi, and I came here. I was staying in a hostel for a few days, and then I got an apartment here. Then I started looking for a job. It took me around 30 days to find a job, 30 or 45 days, and I found some pretty part-time thing jobs in the beginning, and now I actually have a proper job which I can earn good amount of money and stay here, have a good life, a very comfortable life I would say. And yeah, it's fun. I love teaching kids, you know. I have realized that I love kids and I do not actually hate my job, so it's nice. So basically I had all the qualifications. All I needed to make was a new CV, intro video, and send it to different companies. But it was very difficult in the beginning to get a job here. But because I am a non-native English speaker or English teacher, so it is usually the schools prefer native speakers who are from America, UK, or Australia. But as a non-native speaker or a non-native teacher, it's kind of difficult to get a job, but it is still possible, very possible. I will talk about this in the next video, because how I got a job is a very funny story. Let's come to the topic why I love Hanoi so much. First things, there is a big lake here called West Lake, which I absolutely love. You can drive around the lake and it's massive, it's so huge. I love it, just spending time there, going out to have coffee in front of next to the lake. And the coffee doesn't even cost anything. It's only for $1. It's around 60 or 70 rupees for a cup of coffee, with the one of the most amazing views I've ever seen. So the city is absolutely beautiful. And yes, the people here in Vietnam, the Vietnamese citizens, they are amazing. The next comes the people is the expats, the foreigners who come here from all parts of the world and who decide to stay here like me. So they are amazing as well. People coming from all around the world, from different countries, with different mindsets, with different backgrounds, and meeting all of these people here is one of the things I really wanted to have in my life. So meeting people, like I have friends from Somalia, and where not, like I've met people from all around the world. So it feels so nice to be in a city which is so diverse, multicultural, like people from different cultures. I love meeting people from different cultures, because they see the world from a different perspective, and when they tell you about it, it's so nice. And if you have seen, I have made a series called Meet a Stranger, where I go around the streets and I interview people. So this was one of my favorite things I have ever created in my life. My favorite videos are not travel videos. My favorite videos are these interviews which I made, and it's such a beautiful thing for me. So I'm obviously going to make more of those videos soon, and they will be out like in a month or two, because for me, meeting more and more people, or as many people as I can, is one of the things that make me happy. So I'll definitely do that more and more. The third thing I want to talk to you about Vietnam is that it's cheap, especially this city of Hanoi. You won't believe how cheap it is. If you want to go out with your friends and have a few beers, the beer is so cheap here. You can get a pint of beer in a bar for 25,000 dong, which is around 80-90 Indian rupees, or 1.2 US dollars. So the bars are pretty cheap here. You can go to clubs, you can go dancing almost every night, and you get to meet people from all around the world. What else do you want? So it's cheap. People are very nice, friendly, from all around the world. Of course, I do not mean that every person I meet is nice. There are a few people here which I do not get along with. Basically, having people who do not think the same as you is a big advantage for me, because it helps me grow and learn from them probably. And of course, there are bad people and bad incidents happening in Vietnam as well. I think I don't really hear them much, but if you try to search for them, of course you will find it. Of course every country has them, but I personally feel very safe living here, absolutely safe. Like, I have never felt my life was in danger in the past 9 months, like never. And of course, there are a few scams here and there, but they are not really major scams. But I will talk about them in the future videos. There were a few bad things which happened here during the coronavirus, but they were not life threatening. Anyways, I'll talk about those problems or the few issues which I have had or people here have had in the past few 9 months or during the coronavirus in the next few videos. Okay, I'm just on my way to my favorite spot here in Hanoi. I usually come here to hang out on my own, though I do not come here with my friends. I really like to sit here alone and just watch the view because it's one of the most beautiful views you can get in Hanoi. And right here next to me is the Intercontinental Hotel, and it's really nice. It's a hotel, it's on the lake. Like, it's one of the most beautiful hotels I've ever seen in my life. So it's kind of dark right now. I wanted to film this like 2 hours before, but the weather is really bad today. It's raining and it's just everything is foggy right now, but I do have a few drone shots but anyways, that's the hotel, and you also get free Wi-Fi from the hotel. You can just sit here, not even enter the hotel or stay in the hotel, and access their free Wi-Fi. It's amazing. In Hanoi you get free Wi-Fi almost everywhere. I survived without buying an internet pack for almost 1.5 months because I never really needed it. You can just stop in front of a supermarket like Winmart or Circle K. These are like two convenience stores here, which you can just stop there in front of them, do not even enter those convenience store, and just access their Wi-Fi. And they are all around the city, so you do not need an internet pack. So, but I really have one right now because I need one for my job anyways. And you can see half of the lake of Hanoi, which is called West Lake, and this is a different lake than the one which is in Hoan Kiem Lake, which is in the tourist area of Hanoi, which is called Old Quarter. This view is absolutely beautiful. I just like to come here and sit here alone and enjoy the view. One of the people I interviewed here in Hanoi, her name is Azel. I don't remember where she's from, probably from Canada or US. I interviewed her. I do not remember the question, but her answer was, I really like being alone and just enjoy being alone with my own thoughts. And that interview really got to me. After that, I really prefer, sometimes if I want to just be with my own thoughts, I just come here and just think about stuff and figure things out about my life or any problems I'm having. As you can see, that's the hotel. It's a really big hotel, by the way. It's like a 5-star hotel. It's not super expensive to live in. I think it's only around $150 a night. That's around 7,000 Indian rupees per night. So it's not super expensive, but I'm sure the rooms here with the best view are more expensive than that. And that's the West Lake, and that right there is the Lotte Tower. That is the downtown area of Hanoi. That's the direction where I go to work. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's on that side. It's the busy part of the town. Here in Teho, it's not super busy. You can just come here and chill. And that's it for today's episode, guys. Please make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, like this video, comment below. I know I tell this all the time. I think every YouTuber tells it in every video, but just leave a comment below, like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell and help me out. And I will see you in the next episode. And if you want to talk to me or know something about Vietnam or traveling right now, which countries are open, just DM me on my Instagram. It's called limitlessnomad_.